What's going on, Halifax Hurricane fans? My name is Tim Dallas, mornings on 101.3 Virgin Radio. So happy to be here as your in-game host of the season. Here we go, Virgin Radio Street Scott, checking out the brand new merchandise. If you have not received your new Hurricanes merchandise, make sure to check it all out right here on the M4 kiosk. All supplies from Headline Promotional Products. We've got a lot of Iron basketball teams with us tonight, so when I announce them, please make some noise. Weston Steelers under 12 Division 1 Coach Brothers. Sackville Storm under 14 Girls with Coach Campbell. And the Bedford Eagles under 12 Girls Coach Mike Massano.
Hurricane foul number 4 in the NBA is first. Team foul number 4.
for the Magic is Isaiah Tate, 6'4" from George Mason University. As Corey Allman will go to the bench. Allman to a
fantastic start.
Great start in this quarter.
Yes, I'd say so.
Missed his first shot though in the game on previous trips down the floor. He's got 13, however, on 4 for 5 shooting from the field. White inside on Clinkscales. He turns it over. Here comes Poole. Canes on the run. Clinkscales pulls up. Poole, tough shot. That's too strong. Loose ball. It looks like it's knocked out of bounds there by Herring Jr. Couldn't get handle. And that's Watson again. Once again, hustling for that loose ball and rebound.
That's right.
Mike Poole will check out, and Joel Kendrick will come back in for the Canes. Oh, good inbound. DeVivier can't get it off the backboard and in. Rebound by Allman. Allman now, Herring Jr. Herring Jr. turns it over. Kendrick, a 2-on-1 now. Pull up. Clinkscales, too strong. And Denzel Taylor comes up with the rebound. Good hustle in transition, getting back is Denzel Taylor. Thomas, that's a tough three forced by Washington. DeVivier to Washington, he drives and he banks it off the window, no good.
Looks like the defender just got enough of it to knock it off its trajectory. Geez, first game of the season, tongue-tied for me.
We're all going to try to get a little familiar here as Billy backs down the spin move, and welcome to the league.
As so often
Joel
happens.
Kindred.
So.
That's Billy with the spin and the flush. 2-point game. Hurricanes' largest lead's been 4. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. DeVivier, Watson.
Nice first step by Watson.
And he's fouled by Billy. Watson will go to the line to shoot 2.
See the replay here. Billy White, nice spin move. Wide open for the flush. Seen that a lot here in Halifax. Some of the best footwork you're going to see in this league is Billy White underneath.
So Watson will shoot 2. He rattles home the first. And checking into the game for the first time for the Hurricanes is number 2 is Jamel Taylor. 6'1" from Fresno State.
Sniper.
Watson knocks down both, as you mentioned, Sniper. 40% from downtown in Division I, and that was amongst the league leaders last season.
That's no small feat, playing in D1.
As David Ando will check in for Watson. Ando, 6'7" from St. Bonaventure College.
One of the Canadians on the team is Ando.
Thomas rattles down the 3, so that's his first 3 for the Magic. Kendrick, and he's fouled, attacking the rim, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And this is what you like to see by rookies coming into this league, Matt. Not afraid to attack the rim. You want to assert yourself, getting to the rim.
Yeah, see him get hacked. That's right, you're right.
Joel not settling for the jumper. He's attacked. All his points has been inside the painted area, and attempts have been inside that painted area.
Yeah. Got like that aggressive play, guy that's willing to attack and say, I got the ball, stop me.
Joel hits the first.
Paying off for him so far.
As Billy White will go to the bench for the Magic. Checking it back in is Nick Evans. Evans with the rebound. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Canes by 2. Evans trying to back down Washington. He turns it over. DeVivier in transition to Kendrick.
Great
and Kendrick finishes.
Stuck that into a tiny window, didn't he?
What an opening quarter for Joel Kendrick, as he is asserting himself offensively for the Hurricanes. He leads them with 11 points. Herring Jr.'s 3's no good. Rebound by Kendrick. In transition, crossover, count it!
My goodness.
Beautiful move, back and forth. We got to check out the replay. And he is
got
on
Isaiah
fire
Tate turned
offensively.
around there. Fantastic. Here we go. Vivier gives him, well, there's the first finish, sneaks it in. Let's see if we'll get a look at the other one here. There it is, turns Tate around. Nothing he can do in the finish.
As Tate picks up his first personal, team's third. Man, oh man, what a start and what an entrance to the National Basketball League of Canada for Joel Kindred.
Say so.
Kindred, 6'7", 6'7", excuse me, from the field. He's got 13 points with 3 rebounds. And what an opening act in this first 12 minutes.
Yeah. Hello, Halifax.
Evans for 3, and he
Big
knocks
man.
it down. The big man with the 3 ball. As Washington not closing out, putting the hand up, and that cuts the lead to 4. But a very impressive start by this Hurricane squad,
Definitely.
knowing that they haven't even had an exhibition game to get their feet wet. Only competition with each other. But after 12 minutes, what can you say so far, Matt?
So far, so good, and it's always been one of Halifax's strengths is that bench, right? So, and that was one of the concerns I know with all these players, what kind of bench they're going to have. It looks pretty good so far. They're getting fantastic play, and these guys coming off the bench, particularly the new guys, the rookies, are showing no fear whatsoever. They're taking the ball to the rack. They're playing tight defense. Things are looking good so far. I don't want to get too excited. We aren't even through the first quarter yet, but so far, so good for Halifax.
Take a quick look at the numbers after the first quarter. The Magic, after that hot start by Corey Allman, they're 8 for 21 from the field, good for 38%. 5 of 10 from downtown and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. For the Hurricanes, shooting 11 of 21 from the field, 52%. That's outstanding. 1 for 3 from beyond the arc and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Canes not turning over, and you'd like to see that. 4 turnovers in that quarter compared to 7 points off of turnovers. The Canes lead in that statistic with 8 points. Total rebounds for both teams at 12. Second chance opportunities. Canes lead that category with 4 points in the paint, though. You like to see it. Canes with 16 compared to 4 points, and fast break points 6 to 2. So very impressive start for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, 16 points in the paint. That's a great, the differential there is a big difference.
So we're just about ready to start this second quarter. This season we have 3 broadcasts. What you want to call it? It's a team now. We kind of started off with one I did in my first tenure 3 years ago. Brought you on last season and the year before, so this is your 3rd season. I'd also like to welcome in our 3rd member this year. It's going to be here with us courtside as the former assistant coach of the Halifax Hurricanes, Joe Wells. And Joe Wells is going to be checking in from time to time each game.
Sir,
to
our
give his
insider.
analysis. And we'll welcome in Joe Wells. Welcome to the broadcast there, Mr. Wells.
Happy to be here.
So give us your assessment from up high after the 12 minutes of this Hurricane team as we about to start the second.
Well, I think Coach has got to be happy with the start. They had 9 consecutive stops in a row in that first quarter. Unfortunately, they didn't convert as often, but they're up by a few points here and moving the ball really well, seeing the open man, and I think Coach has got to be happy with that.
We've done a few games with each other on the collegiate level, and you always push that defensive side first. And this team has been very good. Second chance is good there for Ando, but you got to talk about Joel Kindred. He had an outstanding first 12 minutes for the Hurricanes, as he was a bright spot offensively.
Yeah, Joel is he's an all-round player, and he comes to work hard every day in practice, and it shows in his game.
Thomas answering with that teardrop inside. Washington to the rim, and that's banked in. Very nice move there by the big man. As Washington able to get it done. Thomas now. Thomas to the rim. Can't get the banker to go. Turned over in transition by DeVivier. And Taylor fouls in transition. That was a good foul as Kindred was ahead and they had numbers coming back the other way, the Magic did. As Isaiah Tate was off to the races.
Yeah, it was a good foul to take away the 2 points easily there.
So that's Taylor's first, team's first. Thomas splits the defense. Thomas to the rim. Endo's there to alter his shot. Shot clock's reset. Not sure why, didn't hit the rim. Nevertheless, a fresh shot clock. Allman on the drive and he banks it in. Very impressive 12 minutes as well for Corey Allman. He was a problem from beyond the arc, coach.
Yeah, usually he does his damage outside, but he's pretty tenacious going to the board too.
DeVivier now. Endo for three. Too strong. Allman with the rebound. Nice look in transition, and Tate makes no mistake getting that one to go off the glass. Back to a 2-point lead. The largest for the Canes has been 6. Endo trying to spin on Evans. Kicked out to DeVivier. Pull up for 3. Bang! And he knocks it down. Great looking play there by Malcolm as he was able to escape Tate hitting that 3-ball.
Malcolm's strong enough to take that 3-point shot from anywhere over center.
That's knocked out of bounds there. It looks like it's last touch by Kindred. It's fouled on Taylor, excuse me. So Taylor picks up his second. And that'll summon Mike Poole into the game. So Taylor will go to the bench.
Sometimes you got to just see that the man is contained and not get that hand in there.
Thomas hits the first. Can't get the second one to go down. And it looks like we have a lane violation, or excuse me, last touch. There's some confusion on that rebound between Kindred and Washington.
2 guys with one hand up. Got to go after it with both.
Opportunity here to cut the lead to 2, but we have a foul here off the inbound. It's a legal screen. So that goes by the wayside for the Magic. It's Allman's call for that foul. DeVivier now. DeVivier, kick out to Kindred. Kindred pull up, short. Thomas had a problem trying to snare that rebound as the relentlessness of Joel Kindred to go after his own shot.
Yeah, Joel elevates really well in the middle of the key, has great body control.
DeVivier the Poole. Poole tried to lose Tate. He does, and he banks it in. Mike Poole attacking the rim, and he was able to get to the rim and finish. Leads up to 6. Tate now. Thomas. Allman, he'll pull up for 3. That's too strong off the backboard, and a good closeout by Jordan Washington, forcing that shot.
Yeah, Moncton didn't capitalize on that. They had Taylor inside on Poole, which is a height mismatch, but they took the shot anyway instead of dumping it inside.
So David Ando will go to the bench. Watson will come back in, along with Devontae Elliott, and Jordan Washington will check out for the Canes as well. So 8:54 remaining here in the second quarter. Canes by 6, that ties their largest lead. Stoppage play here as they need to assess the court. Some moisture there. clear that up, and Nick Evans will inbound on the baseline. Tate on the drive. Tate draws the foul and count it. Tate able to get to the rim. Mike Poole wondering where that foul was coming from.
He just got onto Mike's hip there, and once you've got the guy on your hip, you go right to the glass because any contact is going to create the foul.
So Isaiah Tate attempting to complete the three-point play, and he does. As Cliff Clinkscales will check in now. Mike Poole will be forced to the bench, picking up his second personal. So heavy minutes for the rookie Joel Kindred in this first quarter. Devontae Elliott can't get the soft touch around the rim to go down. Here's Tate. Tate trying to find Taylor. Taylor can't chase down that entry pass. That'll be a turnover by the Magic.
Yeah, a little tentative on their ball movement on that possession.
DeVivier. Kindred for three. Can't get that one to drop. Here's Thomas now over the timeline. Tate, left hand, too strong, and that was altered by Watson. DeVivier will pull up for three, and Malcolm's, that's too strong off the backboard. Tate try to chase that down, he does. Here's Allman now. Allman, he's cut off at the rim, pulls up for three though. It's no good, and Corey's gone ice cold from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. Second chance though for the Magic here. Thomas, miscommunication on that pick and roll between him and Evans. Transition game here for the Canes. Elliott, he's fouled, counter. Great decision in transition by Tyrone Watson. And Devontae Elliott running the floor, the big man, 6'10", from Cal State Northridge. Made no mistake finishing at the rim through contact, coach.
Yeah, Ty tried to get him to him once, and the defender stepped in, and he kept with it, and he was wide open on the offside for the bounce pass.
So Devontae will go to the line to attempt the three-point play. So a plethora of substitutions here for Joe Salerno and the Magic. And coming back is Wayne McCullough, Billy White, Doug Herring Jr., and Corey Allman. Denzel Taylor will remain on the floor. Herring Jr. loses the handle. Gets to the rim, but that's altered by DeVivier. He looked for a foul, didn't come. DeVivier now to Watson. Kindred finds it, he puts up for three, and he rattles and rolls. Joel continuing to impress with some outstanding shooting as he knocks down that three ball. That's his first. He's got 17 for the Hurricanes.
The one thing that the Hurricanes have this year is much better outside shooting from the three than I think they've had in a couple of years.
As Wayne McCullough gets to the rim and he draws the contact, and he'll attempt the three-point play.
And Malcolm on Herring, he's got Herring frustrated a little bit, but he is a body you're not going to move around in there. When Malcolm gets in front of you, it's like hitting a brick wall.
So McCullough completes the three-point play. Elliott misses that jumper on the baseline. He's got two personals, and it's Hurricanes' second team. Blow by there by White, and count it. Billy with the outstanding, impressive baseline move. And if you're not familiar with Billy White's offensive game, you will be familiar quickly, as that is another good move on the penetration by Billy White.
Yeah, Billy just hesitated there for a minute and stood him up, and once you extend your body up, you're very vulnerable to that baseline drive.
So Elliott picks up his third personal. Decision time here for Mike Leslie, and he makes that decision quickly as Jordan Washington will check back for the Hurricanes. 3-point lead, 42-39. Under 7 minutes remaining here in the second. Watson, though, gets to the rim and banks it in.
James, do you hear me? Hello, James.
And that's what Tyrone Watson does as he opened up that first quarter with back-to-back jump shots from 15 feet out, Coach.
Yeah, he's very versatile. He'll hit it on the inside, the outside, and as we saw a minute ago, he can also find the open man under the basket.
Jordan Washington will be called for the reach. Billy White gained position underneath the basket. So timeout on the floor. And thanks for joining me, Coach.
My pleasure.
We'll see you again down the road. Former coach of the Halifax Hurricanes, Joe Wells, joining the Hurricanes TV broadcast this season, 2018-19. Welcome back to the booth here, Matt Elliott.
Thanks very much.
And man, I tell you, in the first 6 minutes of this quarter, very slow pace as we've seen up and down pace in the first 12 minutes between these two teams.
Yeah.
As they start to settle in now and try to get some in-game adjustments with the Hurricanes leading by 5 in this media timeout. What do you think? What's your assessment now? I mean, you got to be excited for Joel Kindred as he's been outstanding thus far for the Canes.
He's putting on a great show. He's hustled all over the place, making a big difference for Halifax so far. Fans are already taken to him. It'll be exciting to see what a full season with Joel Kindred looks like. But really good play all around. I mean, there's been a few bad shots here and there, but everyone that they've brought in that that obviously you and I aren't familiar with so far, seen good things from.
And that's what you're going to see when you have a new team that's trying to mesh on the fly, in essence. We'll mention several times throughout this broadcast. And thank you for joining us here at Scotiabank Center for game number 1, the opening game of the 2018-19 National Basketball League of Canada season. Halifax Hurricanes welcoming the Moncton Magic alongside Matt Elliott and Joe Wells, Vince Williams on hand. We got a good ball game brewing here, and you wouldn't really tell being the opening game between these two teams. Both teams are shooting relatively well from the field. Hurricanes shooting 51% from the field. The Magic 41. We're going to score 44-39 with 5:49 remaining here in the second quarter. So it's been a well matchup here between these two teams as Corey Almond knocks down the three. Just like that, Almond coming out of the timeout. That's one guy who's been hot and cold. He's been relatively cold, loose in the last few minutes here for the Magic, but man should knock that down though.
Cold by odd standards because he's still 6 for 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He missed the last 3 up to that point from beyond the arc, but he was able to stroke that one down, so he's leading the way for the Magic. Nice fadeaway jumper by Billy White, and he looks directly into the direction of the Hurricanes bench and the Hurricanes faithful. Tied up now. The Vivier, though, unlocks the tie game. He knocks down his second 3.
Cement his spot as a sniper as well.
McCullough on the drive. He tried to posterize Joel Kindred with a 2-hand slam.
Nice quick move by McCullough to get by the defender.
Sneaky ups there by Wayne. Man, he elevated as he got inside that painted area. I think that fooled the defenders.
There, look at that move. Jeez. He blew by Kindred, just couldn't finish it. Gets the foul. Good shooter is McCullough.
Yeah, outstanding decision there by McCullough as he was chased off the 3-point line. McCullough not known as a high flyer.
No.
Makes his hay from beyond the arc.
Been in the league for a few years now, though. Solid player.
Very solid. Shot better than 40% from beyond the arc.
He was was 46 or something crazy like that.
to be exact, and that's very high level
Definitely.
to shoot that percentage.
Kid from Houston, Texas.
He knocks down both. It looks like Meshach Lufil will check in for the first time. Kind of a local product, went to Cape Breton University. It's Meshach, played last season as a rookie with the Island Storm in a reserve role.
The only other guy on the Hurricanes roster with NBL Canada experience.
So he's got his first action here. He takes a spill, tripped up in the lane. Linkscale's checking back in for the Canes. Kindred for three, and he knocks it down.
Left it wide open.
Man, Kindred has been outstanding, playing at a very high level.
He's got 20 in the first half.
For the other teams out there, this guy's not going to sneak up on you. You'll be able to take a quick look at the scouting report. He's got the inside-outside game going here for the Hurricanes.
Great job by Watson, not falling for any of that footwork by Billy. Oh my goodness.
Herring Jr. beats the shot clock and buries it from beyond the arc.
Shot that from Brunswick Street.
Back to a one-point game for the Hurricanes. DeVivier draws the triple team. Lufau turns it over. McCullough to the kin, and he is fouled. So McCullough getting to the rack, and it looks like that foul beyond DeVivier. His second personal. So McCullough will go to the line and shoot two.
So Mike Poole's about to check back in.
Yeah, Poole ready to check in for DeVivier.
Quiet game so far for Poole offensively, but he's been there defensively. Got a few steals, knocked a few balls loose underneath the rim, as he always does. Seems to be everywhere.
As McCullough able to get the friendly bounce. And the Magic take a one-point lead. 3:35 to go here in the second. It's been back and forth between these two teams. Watson too strong.
Good help by McCullough.
Hallman in transition. Hallman thought about it. Herring Jr. now will get the Magic set up in their half-court set. White, pull up, misses everything. Air ball by Billy. Good closeout by Meshach. Clinkscale's inside the loop foul. Can't finish on the reversal.
I'm not
Allman
sure.
with the three. Too strong. McCullough gets it stolen away by Poole.
I'm saying under the basket, he's like a savant under there when he's got a nose for the ball underneath the rim on the offensive side, just Poole.
Pull up, banks it in. You mentioned he must have heard you as he entered the game. A little slow offensively is Mike. Good looking drive and banker there though on that possession.
He earned those 2 points.
Surprisingly, that's Mike Poole's first shot. He's got two. So slow start offensively for Mike. Excuse me, he's 2 for 4. He's got 4 points. Checking back into the game for the Hurricanes is David Ando.
Montreal, Quebec is Ando.
Clinkscales, the Ando for three. Ando, bang, he knocks it down. He's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. The big man able to knock that one down.
Got a couple of reserves auditioning for that sharpshooter spot tonight.
Herring Jr., that's rejected, but he gets it to bank off the window first. That's goaltending on
Kindred
Joel.
ever get up. Man, he got up.
Into the game for the first time. Let's take a look at the replay.
There's the three right there by Ando.
Hand down, man down. That was Zeke Marshall checking in for the first time for
see. Look at Kindred
the Magic.
get up. Off the glass though.
Marshall, 7-footer from Akron for the Magic. Watson back out to Ando. Ando crossover, kicks it out to Poole. He'll put it up for 3. That's too strong. Rebound by McCullough. Allman, he'll try from downtown. That rattles in and out. Good hustle by Marshall, keeps it alive. And Corey can't bank it home, but there's Billy there with the two-handed flush. Tied up at 55 apiece. McCullough tried to step in front of that. Last touch by Watson and a turnover by the Canes. And Joe Salerno wants to talk it over with 1:01 remaining here in the second, tied up at 55 apiece.
Yeah, and I think maybe they heard you on that last break too, because the teams have stepped it up a little bit as far as tempo goes with the remainder of this quarter so far. We got a tie score, 55-55, so fans are getting treated to a lot of good offense here. But some exciting basketball so far, and as you know, the team calling the Halifax Hurricanes particularly exciting for us because we get to take a look at some of these new players and what they're bringing to the table. Like I said, looks like got more than a few guys auditioning for Coach Leslie to get that sharpshooter spot that Taquan Zimmerman left vacant when he moved on.
Yeah, Taquan taking his game down the Trans-Canada Highway to the Cape Breton, the islands, you know, the Highlanders.
Yeah.
The Highlanders will get his services this season. Definitely hope the best there for Taquan.
Oh, definitely,
He was outstanding, the 6th man of the year.
Fantastic.
Last season for the Halifax Hurricanes.
Integral part of that team.
Absolutely, in the reserve role.
No doubt he'll be an integral part of the Cape Breton Highlanders as well.
Multiple nights, Taquan was able to pull games out of the fire for the Hurricanes with his sharp shooting from downtown. So 1:01 remaining. Good crowd on hand here for the season opener at Scotiabank Center. Alongside Matt Elliott and Joe Wells, Vince Williams on hand for this great action between these two teams that are very familiar with each other. White, he banks it in. So once again, coming out of the timeout, the Magic able to execute.
Yeah, Coach Salerno had something drawn up there. Obviously wants to get a little bit of momentum going into the second half. Who better to give it to than Billy White?
2-point lead for the Magic. Ando, he'll try his hand for 3. He puts it up.
Looks like the Venom might have got a piece of that.
Good closeout, so good adjustment on the fly by the Magic, not allowing Ando that wide open standstill 3. Entry pass inside to Marshall, and he's wrapped up, not happy about being wrapped up.
Clinkscale's not worried about the size difference at all.
No, not at all. So a conversation between Marshall, Clinkscales, and Poole. Zeke will go to the line, shoot 2.
See the tie up here.
Yeah, Clinkscales will be called for the foul. Not happy about that physicality there after the whistle by Zeke Marshall. Marshall, his first trip to the free throw line. Clinkscales picks up his first personal. And Corey Allman's in an extended conversation here between him and Matt Boyle. So we still have a stoppage in play here.
Not sure what the discussion's about.
Not sure at all. Might be an explanation on the extracurricular activity after the whistle.
Yeah, looks like that's what they're talking about right now.
It's the crew chief now, Paul Hansen, has that conversation. Zeke rattles home the first. Looks like Denzel Taylor will attempt to check in for Marshall, that is. He's able to knock down the second.
17 seconds after this.
And he does. So Marshall hits both. Not happy though coming off the floor. Denzel Taylor though will check in with 17.4 seconds remaining here in the second. 4-point lead for the Magic. Gaines will hold for the last shot. Poole. It's got to go. Tough shot
Great
forced
deep.
by McCullough. McCullough puts up the prayer, and that's off the glass and no good. And that'll do it. So after 24 minutes, it's a 4-point lead, 59-55 for the Moncton Magic here. And your quick thoughts here after the 24 minutes, Matt.
Yeah, real quick thoughts, stories of the game. As for me, have been Joel Kindred and Corey Allman on the other end. Both have had fantastic game scoring, and they're really setting the pace for the teams right now.
So we'll step aside for the halftime break, but we will return for the halftime report. Stay with us. You're watching Halifax Hurricanes TV here on Halifax Hurricanes YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Scotia Bank Center, and we're just about ready, set to start the third quarter here alongside Matt Elliott,
Hello.
Joe Wells, Vince Williams on hand. It's the Halifax Hurricanes welcome in the Moncton Magic. Magic leading by 4 at the halftime break, and they've been very impressive in that second quarter, capturing that lead and go right to work, and uh-oh, look out.
That is not good.
That is not good at all. Billy White able to drop the floater down, and it looks like he came down on somebody's foot there.
He reacted immediately.
And he's holding and clutching that right ankle. He is being assisted here by the Magic medical staff. And let's hope that
Hopefully
Billy's
it's nothing
okay.
major,
Actually,
yeah.
it's the Hurricane staff that are assessing Billy here, and let's hope that he is all right. But he came down in a heap, and you mentioned it. He was clutching that right ankle
Right away.
immediately. So let's hope that Billy's okay here. Let's take a quick look at the numbers, though, in this halftime report after 24 minutes. As the Magic were led by Corey Allman, Matt. He was 4 for 8 from downtown, 6 for 12 shooting. On the other side, Joe Kendrick, he led all scorers with 20 as Billy gets to his feet, but he is
He's not
being
putting any
assessed
weight on that
here.
at all.
Not any weight.
That's not good. Hopefully nothing serious, maybe a sprain.
Yeah, being helped off the floor by
You see the
Gentil.
replay there. He went down immediately.
Jahi Carson,
pain.
who's on the IR for the Magic, unable to go tonight.
That's a lot of points on the bench.
Yeah, Carson, a big pickup in the offseason for Joe Solano on the Magic, unable to go here.
Carson, one of my favorite players to watch play in this league.
Very explosive is Carson at the point guard position. Clint Scales' shot at the rim is short off the bank. Here's Taylor. Taylor in transition. He's met at the rim, and it looks like the foul will be called on Devontae Elliott. Elliott frustrated at himself defensively, as Taylor will go to the line to shoot two. Start the third. The Magic go with Evans, Taylor, McCullough. It's Allman and Herring Jr. As Taylor makes the first. They did start with Billy White, and White back in the locker room now. So it looked like he suffered a right ankle sprain of some sort. Let's hope that Billy's okay. Taylor rattles down the second. On the flip side, the Hurricanes go with Clint Scales, Watson, Elliott, Poole, and Kindred. Bounce pass attempt there, kicked away there by Evans. It'll remain Hurricanes possession. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Clint Scales will inbound on the baseline. Watson kicks it out. Kindred, he is rejected there by McCullough.
Another one for McCullough.
Good closeout defensively there by Wayne.
Playing a steady defensive game is Wayne McCullough today. That's at least 2 blocks, might be 3.
Definitely not allowing Kindred to get hot from beyond the arc,
No, he's
and the
not.
big man knocking down the jump shot.
Showing that
So
range today.
6-0 run for the Magic to start the third.
10-0 run.
Yeah, they have their largest lead.
And they called that timeout before with a
10
minute
point
left.
lead. Rattling down that.
Michael
Jumper from beyond the arc is Poole.
want him to get hot.
Miscommunication there between Taylor and Herring Jr. Magic turn it over, so an opportunity here for the Canes.
Yeah, they don't want to let this game get too far away, especially first game of the year, playing with a new team. The last thing you want is dig a giant hole for yourself. It's just that much harder. Right
Watson's
underneath.
shot is partially blocked, and a
Be a jump
scramble for the loose ball between Elliott, McCullough, Taylor's there, and so is Herring Jr.
Halifax possession.
So it looks like the possession arrow will favor the Hurricanes. 21 seconds on the shot. Clint Scales on the inbound. Two-man game. Watson, he's cut off at the rim. Here's Kindred. Kindred pull up. That's a tough shot forced by McCullough again. That's in and out.
What? McCullough isn't giving Kindred any room to breathe defensively.
Herring Jr. kick out for Evans for three, and that's short. Barely hit the rim.
An ugly shot.
Might be a little bit out of his range from downtown. Defensively, though, Evans is there as he rejects that attempt by Poole. Last touch by Evans. It will remain Hurricanes' possession. 18 seconds on the shot clock as Poole will inbound on the baseline.
He was trying to push the tempo there, going coast to coast was Poole. We got a moving screen.
Yeah, and that's called on Tyrone Watson.
The big piece.
Excuse me, correction, it's on Devontae Elliott.
Okay.
That's his 5th personal, so decision time coming up here for Mike Leslie.
Jeez.
And he summons Jordan Washington immediately to the scorer's table to check in.
Washington's got 3 of his own.
So foul trouble for the bigs for the Hurricanes. Taylor reversal, that's rejected, but a foul first.
Is that Elliott again?
Man, it might be, and I think he's done. So Devontae Elliott's night is over.
Probably not the debut he was hoping for.
Not at all. So Elliott's done for tonight. 6'10" from Cal State Northridge.
Great athlete.
And he finishes the game 2 for 6 from the field with 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist.
With that kind of size and athleticism, it's extra important to play that disciplined defense. Because it's too easy to get fouled.
You got to be hanging around,
Yeah.
especially in crunch time. So no Elliott for the remainder of the game for the Hurricanes. Taylor goes 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Here's Washington now. He stumbles. Kicks it out to Clinkscale. Shot clock under 10. Back to Washington. Spin move. Can't get it to go off the glass.
Nice spin move. Evans got just enough, and they get tangled up.
Yeah, tangled up in transition between Washington and Evans, and Washington will pick up his 4th personal. So lots of foul trouble for the new bigs for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Coach Leslie going to be running out of bigs here pretty soon. Here, superfan Jim Mills not happy about that.
Yeah, Don Mills not happy at all. Owner Don Mills, who sits courtside
Owner
here.
/ superfan.
Yeah, who sits courtside here with us, and you can use a earshot of our broadcast area. McCullough to the rim, can't get it to go. Taylor with another offensive rebound, and Denzel has done an outstanding job in the reserve role.
He sure has.
Of doing the dirty work, getting offensive rebounds and putbacks.
Yeah, and that was his game last year. And he had a couple of big games against Halifax. Remember, last year he had one game where he came off the bench and scored, I think, 15, but he just seemed to be everywhere one particular game last year. He's a great player, good reserve, and he's putting in some good minutes right now for Moncton.
Yeah, he's been thrust into this starting lineup to start the 3rd. After Billy White went down. He misses the first attempt.
But kind of an awkward stroke there for that free throw.
He goes 1 for 2 once again. 8-point lead, the largest has been 10 in this quarter and in the game for the Magic, as Washington can't handle that pocket pass by Clinkscales.
And now we're starting to see some of that first game kind of players unsure of what's happening. You remember last year, if that had been Billy underneath there, he's expecting that pass at all times. Washington didn't look like he was expecting to get it from Clinkscales, couldn't handle it.
That's turnover number 8 for the Canes as Herring Jr. makes them pay back the other way, rattling down the 3, and that forces a timeout call by Mike Leslie, and he wants to talk it over to make some adjustments.
Yeah, rightly so. And I think this is the first time where Halifax has really looked kind of a little bit out of sync. They look like they're not on the same page right now, getting some kind of undisciplined fouls. So yeah, I think it's probably a great time for this timeout. Coach Leslie, see if he can get things sorted out.
So 11-point lead. This is the largest thus far for the Magic. 69-58 as the Hurricanes call a timeout.
Hurricanes would like to wish a happy 11th birthday to Elijah Rainer Harris and Jack Bang.
We'll take a quick look at the numbers thus far. Hurricanes still shooting at a high level here in this quarter. 50% from the field.
46 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the Magic though, 46% from the field. They're 43% from beyond the arc. 7 of 16 from downtown.
There's a stat there, 12 of 13 from the stripe.
Yeah, taking advantage of those free throws. I'm not really sure if that's too accurate because we've seen Denzel Taylor go 2 for 4
You are
in this
correct.
quarter from the free throw
correct.
line, and it looks like he doesn't even have any attempts on the stat sheet here.
Good pickup, Vince.
Yeah, I have 6 rebounds though, and an assist and 1 foul. So I'm not sure if that's even accurate, but nevertheless, we'll try to get that corrected here for the fans out there. But thank you for joining us wherever you may be for game number 1, the season opener of the National Basketball League of Canada's 2018-19 season, alongside Matt Elliott, Joe Wells, Vince Williams on hand here at the Scotiabank Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Hurricanes, a finalist last season, losing in 7 games to
Heartbreaker.
the London Lightning. Trying to get back to the finals here with a relatively new squad. 3 returning players from that championship run team. Kendrick, a newcomer, he's played outstanding thus far for the Hurricanes. Can't get it to drop coming out of the timeout. So just over 8 minutes remaining here in the third. McCullough, he'll put it up for 3, and he puts it in.
He can hit it. I was going to say, Halifax needs to find that other scorer. They can't be relying on Kindred to pour in all the points. Someone's got to step up and be that number 2 guy right now. Malcolm Duvivier is that guy so far with 9 points, but he's played limited minutes. All those points are off 3-pointers.
3 balls in and out. Second chance opportunity here for the Hurricanes. Clint Scales now, he'll survey. 2-man game and him and Watson. Watson gets to the rim, banks
Nice.
it in, and he'll go to the line to attempt the 3-point play.
Nice finish by the big piece.
Outstanding roll back to the rim. Let's check it
See
out.
the replay. Good body control. Evans got just enough of him for that call and the finish off the glass. He's done that a few times.
And that's what you need to do when you're down by double digits. You might want to go to the well and
That's right.
try to work the disadvantages on the defensive side. If you have a mismatch that you can take advantage of, you might want to go to it a few times to get some continuity
That's
in
right.
a half-court set. So good pick-and-roll game between Watson and Clint Scales, and great hustle
Good job.
displayed by Mike Poole. Last touch by Evans. Evans couldn't corral that defensive rebound off the miss by Watson. So an opportunity here for the Hurricanes. Clint Scales will inbound. Washington back to Clint Scales, closely guarded by Evans. Clint Scales want the clear out. Almonds closed out on Clint Scales though. Washington taking his time, trying to back down Evans, draws the contact, forced up the tough shot. Can't get it to drop, want it to foul, none coming.
That was
It's
pretty.
the veteran Nick Evans holding his ground there, man.
He sure was. That was good defense. Didn't leave his feet. Didn't give him any room.
Almond now on the drive. Soft touch, can't get it to go, but there's
Taylor
that man again with the offensive rebound and the putback. Tipping it in is Denzel Taylor.
He just goes to work.
So the lead's up to 14. It's their largest. Clint Scales can't get that to go, but the putback's
Nice
there by Washington. Hurricanes trying to chip away here. This thing's starting to come undone in the third for them.
Really are.
Need
12
some
points.
stops here. Evans, tough shot, forced by Poole.
Again.
Canes looking to run. They have numbers. If they hurry. Turnover though. Kendrick can't handle it.
Uh-oh.
Pull up for three in transition. Allman, too strong. Battle for the rebound. McCullough comes up with it. Try to save it on the end line, but he'll turn it over. So dodging a bullet there with numbers back the other way when they had numbers in transition themselves. The Hurricanes there as McCullough throws that pass out of bounds.
Halifax got lucky on that one. They didn't. They were outnumbered on the boards. Kinder did just enough.
Malcolm DeVivier checking in for Clinkscales now. Poole for three. It's too strong. Rebound by Herring Jr. Herring Jr. He'll pull up for three.
Can't leave him open.
Steps into a three and he rattles it in.
Can't leave Herring open.
And another timeout called by Mike Leslie as the defense is desperately letting down the Hurricanes. Multiple wide open shots and not getting after it on the defensive boards with blockouts, second chance opportunities. And this veteran-laden team is out to a 15-point lead now, and the Magic, their largest, as Mike Leslie has to talk it over.
And you know what? Moncton's not doing anything flashy. They're just going to work. They're playing solid basketball right now. Halifax, and then, perhaps we hanging on the fact that it's a new team, but certainly they're suffering right now in the transition, going both ways, defensively and offensively. That's hurting them. So we got a 15-point lead here. You saw there, Herring Jr. was wide open. That's a guy you can't leave open behind the arc. He's just too good of a shooter.
Doug Herring Jr., a champion you could call him, as he was a member of the 2017-18 London Lightning that captured the championship here in game number 7, so he is no stranger to the Scotiabank Center. After playing for London, also played in the Atlantic Division.
Right. Veteran of the league. Been here more than a few times.
Stepping up.
Stand out. Who's going to step up for Halifax?
We need multiple guys to step up right now. Good crowd on hand, though. The fans enjoying game number 1 here at Scotiabank Center.
Certainly.
Fan-friendly environment for everyone.
Even fan-friendlier now. They've added, I don't know if that's the VIP area over there. You can see the kind of the backdrop.
Improvements every year. Washington, he's bottled up at the rim by Marshall's checking in for the first time this second half. And a two-handed hammer by the 7-footer in transition from Akron. Beautiful feed in transition there by Thomas. Unselfish basketball, and this is what they're getting, and that's not what Coach Mike Leslie wanted to see coming out of that timeout.
Definitely not. And if you're, if you're Coach Salerno, and you know what, if you're a Moncton Magic fan right now, you've got a lot to be excited about because they're playing fantastic basketball. Billy White and Jaheed Carson aren't on the floor.
Yeah, not available.
Those are 2 guys that can get you 40 points a game, no problem.
Carson, perennial all-star. Last time he played in the National Basketball League of Canada. Billy, an all-star from last season. Thomas for 3, too strong, and that's off the shot clock, and a good-looking shot there from distance by Thomas. Couldn't get it drained. You see in the replay, big Zeke Marshall in transition.
Vivier didn't even want to get in there. I don't blame him.
No, didn't want to get posterized.
No.
And I don't blame him.
Mike Poole.
There we go. He'll knock it down. Poole with the 3 ball. Hurricanes needing a stop now. Thomas off the screen. Cut off at the rim. Thomas, tough shot forced by Watson. No good. Once again, Taylor with the offensive rebound. Thomas, though, makes good on a second chance as he blows by Kindred.
It's a great look.
And banks it in. DeVivier crosses the timeline. Watson, he'll hold it. Swings it to Poole. Poole with the pull-up, and he's fouled by Thomas, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Checking in for the first time for the Hurricanes. His number 10 is Kadar Edwards. So Edwards getting his first action in the NBLC. As Kinjit will go to the line. First one's rattled down there by Poole. Edwards, 6'5" from the University of Tennessee, Martin.
Last played pro ball in Spain. Perrin brings it up.
Allman. And pump fake there, pump fake and foul.
Gotcha.
He draws the foul on Edwards.
Gotcha.
And that's what the veteran does, Corey Allman. Edwards first, team's sixth. So Allman will go to the line to shoot 3 attempts. Watson will check out. And it looks like David Ando will check in for the Kings. Allman hits the first.
With the exception of Mike Poole, we got an all-reserve lineup out there right now for Halifax. Coach Leslie going to see who's who.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking for some answers here, defensively first.
All around.
Yeah. Trying to find a combination is Mike Leslie. Matt, since that second quarter, maybe halfway through the second quarter, it's been tough sledding for the Hurricanes offensively.
Was it ever?
And some defensive letdowns have allowed this veteran-laden Magic team extend this lead.
Yeah.
Allman makes all 3.
Moncton taking advantage of Halifax's inexperience.
Poole's jump shot's no good. Rebound by Allman. He'll swing it to Thomas. Thomas in the paint. Tough shot, but there again is Denzel Taylor. Man, he is having a game.
Plug and play.
He's around the rim on pretty much every attempt offensively. Either keeping it alive or getting the offensive rebound. Washington tries his hand from downtown, no good. Edwards saves it on the end line. Ando will swing it to the Vivier. The Vivier now drives, loses the handle. Marshall comes up with it and he delivers an elbow to the face area to Washington.
Looks like he got one too.
Yeah,
Washington. Was it a retaliatory elbow or just a mistake?
Let's hope that Jordan's all right.
See Jordan reaching. Ooh.
That was a nasty elbow.
Jeez, if we were in the NBA, that one might be getting reviewed in New York.
Jordan looks like
he's the day.
Okay. He's looking for a foul.
Yeah, no doubt.
On Marshall. Great display of sportsmanship though by Denzel Taylor.
Yep.
You can see Mike Leslie looking for some answers here. The lead's 18. It's their largest for the Magic.
I'm surprised, actually, Vince, that we haven't seen a little bit more of Jamel Taylor from Halifax. He's got the reputation of a sharpshooter. If you're down these many points, I'd be tempted to bring in a guy that could score them in bunches.
As Marshall misses everything on that first attempt as the air ball rain out here at Scotiabank. And that one was very auspicious as well. So very strong their attempts by Marshall. Washington shots no good. Poole can't come up with the rebound. Bluefield will check in for the first time in the second half for Washington. Let's hope that Jordan's okay after taking that elbow from Marshall.
You got to think too, Vince, another factor playing into here with Halifax is they haven't played, like you said, they have not played an exhibition game yet. A full speed live action exhibition is much different than a scrimmage, an inter-team scrimmage. And it takes a little while to get your game legs back.
Absolutely. I mean, these are live bullets coming at you.
Yep.
Right now, it's, like we said, it's tough sledding. Bluefield picking up the foul, and Marshall will go to the line to shoot 2 more. Bluefield's first. Team's over the penalty. And that's another
20 fouls for Halifax to 8. 8.
The aggressiveness is definitely showing.
It's there.
By the Magic. Cordell Gentil checks in for the first time for the Magic. Marshall once again, empty trip on the free throw line. They might want to foul this guy to get back into this one. Ando, he drives and he'll pick up the foul and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Nice take by Ando there.
Tried to cross over the big man and he gets it done. Marshall picks up his third. Team foul number 3, as you mentioned, Matt. The foul differential, huge gap.
See the replay there.
A good take there by David.
Smart play. Yeah, huge gap. It's hard to win a basketball game when you've got that much of a differential between the two teams.
Ando unable to knock him down. Here's Herring Jr. He'll put it up for 3. No good. Marshall couldn't handle the rebound. Poole picks it up now. Here's Poole. Poole pulls up for 3. That's too strong. Edwards with the rebound. Back to Poole and couldn't bank that one in. And Marshall gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Thomas in transition. Getting back is the Vivier. He cuts Thomas off at the rim. Here's Thomas. Swings it to Tate. Tate on the drive, and that's rejected off the glass by Lufield. Good defensive play there by Mishak. As Tate thought he had an easy deuce, Lufield able to slap that off the glass. Marshall will go back to the bench for the Magic. Evans will check in. Mike Poole will check out. And coming in for Poole is the guy you mentioned, Jamel Taylor.
Let's see.
So we got a stoppage in play here, trying to figure out what's going on with the game clock and the shot clock. So we got 1:16 in the game clock remaining here in the third.
Speaking of the shot clock there, Vince, one of the rule changes for the league this year, to get a full 24 reset on all changes of possession and fouls committed by the defense in the backcourt. And if a team gets the ball in the front court for a throw-in, the shot clock will be reset to 14.
So Jante's jumper's no good. That's in and out. The Vivier
Nice
pull up
shot.
and he
That was
knocks
pretty.
it down. So Malcolm will break up this run by the Magic. .16-point lead and bang, knocking it down. Thomas knocking it down from beyond the arc. And getting to the rim and drawing the contact is Edwards. And the Magic are 11 of 24 from beyond the arc. That is pretty tough to overcome thus far here in the third. We got a whole fourth quarter remaining. It's a 19-point deficit for the Hurricanes.
Halifax not shooting bad on themselves. They're 8 of 18.
But it's the
43.
attempts.
That's right.
Quality shots by the Magic.
Points in the paint, you see Magic is caught back up. There was a big differential there in the half.
The
Magic
huge
caught back
differential,
up.
both 16 points to be exact.
Yeah. But again, it's the fouls right now that's hurting Halifax. It's the turnovers. Well, actually, it's an even shot, 12-12 right now for the turnovers.
So 1 for 2 by Edwards. Tate for 3, and he knocks it down.
Man, oh man.
Steal by Thomas. Thomas is off to the races. He gets fouled and count it.
Will they give him the
They
continuation?
will give him the continuation.
Oh,
this is
my.
pro basketball.
Oh.
Outstanding defensive play there by Thomas. Was able to strip it away from Taylor, and he was off to the races. Ando attempted to foul him before he got there, and
See the replay here. Nice steal. Ando reaches out. Wow.
not going to work. Not at this level. As Thomas completes the three-point play.
Moncton running away with it right now. 95-71.
Lufield, no good. Tipped in there by Edwards, though.
Nice steal by Edwards off the inbound.
Edwards again tries to beat the clock. No good.
Wouldn't mattered anyway.
So that'll do it. After 3, it's 95-71.
Ugly.
So the Magic extending their lead. It was a 4-point deficit for the Hurricanes, and the Magic outscoring the Hurricanes 36-18 in that quarter, Matt. And lots of adjustments, major adjustments have to be made in game number 1 for Mike Leslie and his Hurricanes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of factors that I've been talking about all night. One is the, obviously new team. A lot of guys getting their first game, haven't played a game together. But I got to start to think they might be getting gassed a little bit too right now. Maybe they hit a wall. Played with a lot of energy going into that, halfway through the second quarter. And it just seems like they haven't been the same team since. And that's showing up on the scoreboard right now. I mean, look at Moncton Magic was only able to muster 23 points in the first quarter, 36 in both the second and third. That is big-time scoring and a big-time scoring differential. Halifax only able to put in 18 points that quarter.
So Corey Allman leading the way for the Magic. He's got 21 points on 6 for 14 shooting from the field, 4 for 9 from beyond the arc. As the Magic have 5 players in double digits. Doug Herring Jr. has 11, McCullough has 10. Billy White has 15 before leaving the game. And 14 points for Thomas off the bench for the Magic. The bench play has been outstanding relatively by both teams. But Denzel Taylor has stepped up for the Magic in the reserve role. He's got 12 rebounds with 7 points.
He's been
out of those 12, he's got 5 offensive rebounds, and I'm not sure if that's even correct. Officially, he's got 5, but it's looked kind of like he's got double digits in offensive rebounds.
He's been a monster.
So we're just about set here to start the fourth quarter. Hurricanes down by huge double digits deficit here. But let's take a look at the other game going on around the National Basketball League of Canada. And the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Kent. Take it away, Matt.
All right, Vince. Well, in London right now, the London Lightning are taking on the Windsor Express. The first quarter of that one's just about over. The London Lightning hold a slim 31-28 lead going into the second.
So the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Kent. Magic will start with the basketball to start the fourth. Thomas on the drive to Junti, and Junti gets that knocked out of bounds by Edwards.
He was asking why he didn't get fouled, giving States a hard time.
So Joe Salerno will go with Tate, Junti, Evans, Thomas, and Herring Jr. On the flip side, Mike Leslie going with Taylor, Ando, and Taylor trying to bottle up there. DeVivier ties up Junti, Lufeld, and Edwards.
Tight defense by Halifax. DeVivier didn't think he was doing anything wrong. DeVivier looks like he gets a hold of the ball. You're not getting it back.
Malcolm's trying to stand his ground there on the bigger man. Cordell, a veteran though.
Yes, sir.
Draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot too. Makes the first.
Seasoned veteran.
Making his second stint with the Moncton Magic. And he knocks down both. So Corey Allman will check in for Doug Herring Jr. Here's Taylor now. Ando swings it to Edwards. DeVivier puts it up for 3. That's short at the rim. Rebound by Gentil. Magic will take their time. Here's Evans now. Tate swings it to Allman, can't handle it. Edwards in the open floor, and he throws it down with 2 hands.
Good defense at the top there by DeVivier and Edwards.
So one defensive possession at a time for this young Hurricanes team.
That's right. Nothing else you can do at this point.
Thomas thought about it. Thomas, stutter, blow by, banks it in.
Wow, that was quick.
Man, oh man, he's had an outstanding game in the reserve row as Thomas for the Magic.
He sure has. Is that 18 for him now or 16? Do the old refresh.
Thomas got 16. 16 on 6 for 12 shooting from the field, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc.
He's made some nice defensive plays as well.
Turnover for the Hurricanes, and they can't afford too many turnovers in this fourth quarter if they're going to try to mount any type of comeback here. Here's Thomas for three. That's too strong. Edwards with the rebound. He's bumped by Gentil. Edwards is back to his feet, and that'll be a foul on Gentil.
Here comes the big piece.
Watson will check in for Ando. Taylor will check in for Gentil. Kindred and Washington also will check in for Luke Field and Taylor for the Hurricanes. 99-75 in favor of the Magic. Fans desperately needing something to cheer for here with just over 10 minutes remaining in the fourth.
24-point deficit. Nice pass.
Washington gets it knocked away though by Evans.
What a fantastic look by Edwards. Too bad they couldn't finish that.
Gamble and lucky play there for Nick Evans.
Yeah.
As he was in a stance
sleeping.
there, had ball you man, and he just put his hand out and deflected that one away. Washington all bottled up there by Evans. Rebound by McCullough. McCullough checking back in for the Magic.
Moncton really getting contributions from everyone on that team so far today.
Allman swings it to Taylor. Taylor handoff for McCullough. McCullough on the drive, kicked out for Evans for three. Big man short at the rim, rebound by Kindred. Edwards in the open floor again, and he throws it down with one hand.
A little bit of excitement for the fans there. Good look by Kindred.
Another stop though, importantly. Need a few more here to mount some sort of run. Try to get this within 10 before the media timeout will definitely be the goal. Allman though, he gets to the rim and he draws a foul on Vivier, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Seeing that defensive set there as they were bringing the ball up, both Mike Poole and Cliff Clinkscales were on the sidelines yelling to the younger players, so still a lot of energy over there on the bench, getting a lot of encouragement. We'll see the flush here by Edwards. Off of the rebound and the tip pass from Kindred. Nice finish.
Kadar, the beneficiary of two runouts and flushes, as Allman, who is pretty much automatic from the charity stripe.
He hasn't missed yet.
Still perfect. 101-75 is the score. Kendrick,
In that kind of
last
game.
touch, once again, stepping in front of him is Wayne McCullough, and you mentioned it several times. Wayne's done an outstanding job defensively tonight, not known to be a defensive stopper or neutralizer. Well known around the league for his shooting from beyond the arc. As Mike Leslie can't wait till the media timeout. He wants to talk it over.
Yeah, and I can't blame him. I mean, you got to do something. You've got the timeouts. You've got this kind of a deficit. Talk to your guys. Give us, you know, especially the young guys. Try to get something going. You don't want to just roll over. You want to try to get something mustered for the fans and for you know, the team moving forward.
So it's your favorite time of the game, Matty boy.
Flex cam.
The Tyrone Watson flex cam, as you like to mention, you like to call him the big piece.
Big piece.
That's new. That's a new nickname. You've been working on your nicknames in the offseason.
That's right, yeah. I think I stole that one from someone. But it's fitting. It's the big piece of the puzzle. Can't let him go.
So the flex cam out here at Scotiabank Center, alongside Matt Elliott and Joe Wells, Vince Williams on hand, game number one. It's been a tough start here in this game.
Yes, it has.
And throughout this game, I mean, in the beginning, in the first quarter, you could go back. We want to go that far back. The Hurricanes outscored the Magic 27-23 in the first quarter. Then got outscored 36-28, and then it's been this third quarter has been the difference where the Magic took over this game.
Yeah, it just looked like after the first quarter, the Canes, it's like they ran out of steam. And they looked sharp in that first quarter, you know. But they haven't been able to match that kind of, the intensity, the tempo, and just the lack of mistakes they were making in the first quarter. Obviously, it's been kind of a different team, especially in that third quarter, like you said.
Now, the last time the Hurricanes had the lead, it was by 9 at the 6:57 mark. It's been a long time, and we mentioned it halfway through. It's just the lights turned on for the Magic, and they turned up the defensive intensity, and they were making shots down the other end.
Yeah, and they haven't taken the foot off the pedal all game. They're not letting up despite the score.
Since gaining momentum. Taylor, though, called for the personal. That's Taylor's second. And it looks like we have maybe a clear path foul.
Okay.
As Edwards will shoot two. Edwards misses the first.
Not a good day free throw shooting for Halifax. 7 for 14 for them right now. Oh my.
And
Make that 7 for 15.
Second.
I hate to be Captain Obvious, but you got to hit the free throws if you want to win basketball games.
Opportunity though now, they'll garner possession. 8:41 remaining here in the fourth. Kindred, the Vivier, they'll put it inside the Edwards, trying to go to work. Nice looking move, and he banks it in. Great patience there by Edwards, and he was able to blow by Herring Jr. and bank it home. Herring Jr. though, back the other way offensively. That's short at the rim, forced by Washington. Here's Kindred now in transition.
He's been quiet this half.
Edwards trying to find Washington backdoor. Last touch by Evans. It will remain Hurricanes possession on the baseline. 16 seconds on the shot clock. DeVivier inbound. Edwards kick out. DeVivier puts it up for three. In and out. McCullough had it. Finally garnered and pulled in by Herring Jr.
Halifax got lucky there because Corey Allman snuck all the way down court all by himself. If that ball had not been getting tipped around underneath there, it would have been free 2 points for him.
McCullough now will get into the half-court set. McCullough.
The reach.
He was trying to take advantage of his quickness between him and Jordan Washington.
It's going to be 4 or 5 on Washington now. That's 6.
So that's Washington's 6th personal. He's done. So Washington, his night is over. He's got 8 points on 4 for 12 shooting from the field, along with 4 rebounds. So it hasn't been a good night for the bigs for the Hurricanes. Washington fouls out. And
between the two of them, Elliott and Washington, 13 points and 9 rebounds, 12 fouls.
And Elliott was done early in the third at the 9-minute mark. So Ando checks in for the Canes. That's a tough shot forced by the Canes and rims in and out. The Vivier now. And Vivier to Washington. Excuse me, Watson. McCullough try to cut the Vivier off at the rim. He'll pick up the personal.
McCullough playing defense with a lot more energy than I'm used to seeing him play. Not that he was a lazy defensive player, I'm not trying to say that, but he has been exceptionally tenacious tonight against the Halifax Hurricanes. Got to be happy if you're Coach Salerno seeing that, a guy that can play solid defense like that and shoot the three.
He's been seeing a lot of good things tonight. There's Joe Salerno and the Moncton Magic faithful. 3 ball coming up. Kindred no good. Edwards again. Johnny on the spot. Can't get the putback to go down. McCullough will get the loose ball. Here's Herring Jr. to Allman. Back to Herring Jr. Magic in no hurry to get into their half-court set.
Nope, nor should they be.
Herring Jr. Allman puts it up for 3 and bang, and knocks it down.
He is having a night, is Corey Allman. That's 5 for 10 for him now.
Allman's
From
got
beyond.
26 points. He leads all scorers. Ando, that three's no good. Watson's put back's no denied. Taylor comes up with the rebound. Once again, they'll walk the ball up the court.
Even the gimmies for Halifax, the stuff that's normally gimmies like those Watson tip-ins, are just not dropping.
Allman, tough shot forced there by Edwards. Can't get it to go down. DeVivier. DeVivier on the drive. He knocks it off of Evans. It'll remain Hurricanes' possession. With 5:59 remaining in the game and 14 on the shot, DeVivier will inbound on the baseline. McCullough once again making it hard on Kendrick. Kendrick, though, comes up with it. He'll get to the rim and he'll bank it in.
There it is. That's his first 2 points.
It's been a long time. His first 2 points
This half.
of the second half. He has been shut out, but he gets that one to go.
Still got good numbers from shooting.
22
There's
on
a big
9 of
steal.
17 shooting from the field. Edwards again
He's
with the
having
steal.
a good game, is Edwards.
But he turns it over in transition. Allman back the other way and one and count it.
I can appreciate Edwards wanting to take advantage of that steal, but there was no need to rush that. He's been playing a great game as Edwards. You call him Johnny on the spot there. He's been the benefactor of a couple of runouts, but he's also played some good defense, and he's done a lot of positives out of Edwards so far. Coach Leslie will talk to him now.
So Corey Allman taking advantage, man, of that 2-on-1 break. He gets it to go down, and he'll attempt the three-point play, and he's automatic. He remains perfect from the free throw line. He's 8 for 8. He's got 29 points on 8 of 18 shooting from the field. That's rejected
Get out.
into the Hurricanes bench by Marshall.
Zeke Marshall, the big man.
7-footer from Akron. DeVivier will inbound. That's knocked out of bounds
Again, Halifax
by Allman.
having trouble figuring it out right now.
Yeah, just trying to do the little things now, Matt.
That's right.
If anything, it's to try to build some sort of momentum going into game number 2. Kendrick, the line, gets it put back there, and that's partially blocked, but he did draw the contact on that attempt, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
They called it on Taylor. Yep. Taylor's got 15 boards now at this point.
Yeah, Taylor's
What a
been
game.
outstanding in the reserve role for Joe Salerno and the Magic. Kendrick makes the first.
Been solid so far.
And he drops the second. Taylor now. Thomas to the rim. To Taylor. Oh, beautiful play there by Taylor. And Thomas, that connection was set up to Taylor. Taylor with the easy deuce.
Can't make it drove.
Herring Jr. in the lob and the flush by the big man, Marshall. Edwards, he forces up the tough shot.
Kindred crashes.
Rebound by Allman.
Kindred's still playing hard.
Allman, he'll try his hand at 3 again. Can't get it to go down. Rebound by Ando. Here's the DeVivier. Ando can't get that one to drop.
It's almost like there's a
A lid.
A lid over the
It's been a
basket
lid,
right now
and
for
we
the
mentioned-
Canes.
And that's an offensive foul called on Zeke Marshall, trying to back down David Ando. As it looks like we'll have multiple substitution as Zaya Tate will check in along with Cordell Gentil. Let's get an analysis here as the coach has been sitting by us, Matt. Now Joe Wells. Joe, I mean, you've been here in the broadcast area. You've taken in the game just like me and Matt have. I mean, it's been some tough sledding since that midway of that second quarter, Coach, and Hurricanes have had their difficulties on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, they had some stops, and they're just letting the runs happen here. The offense is kind of looking like yard sale.
Shot clock violation there. But how much of that is forced by the Moncton Magic, though?
Moncton are playing very aggressively, and you know, they're not rising to the challenge. We've got to get into a structured offense and get some good looks. One and done is not going to do it in this league.
But if there's any silver lining to this game, some newcomers to this Hurricane team and newcomers to this league, there's been some bright spots for the Canes, and Mike Leslie's got to hang his hat on that in these new guys.
Well, it's you know, it's a new experience for a lot of these guys coming into this league, and if I was Coach Leslie, I would start out practice tomorrow by saying, guys, welcome to the NBL. This is what it's all about, and this is the level we have to get up to. It's
for real, as Joel Kindred will go to the line. He's had an outstanding ball game for the Hurricanes, though.
Yeah, Joel has done a good job for the Hurricanes tonight. There's been some bright spots in it, but as Smokey and the Bandits say, we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So it's got to be very intense in practice, and the level of the game has to come up to the NBL level.
As Kendrick drops the second, I will second that for sure. As we are in season number 8 for the National Basketball League of Canada. Thomas now. Thomas trying to go to work, and it looks like Marshall and DeVivier will get tied up away from the ball. Marshall will pick up the offensive foul. That's his third.
As I said before, when Malcolm plants, it's going to take an elbow or an arm to move him, and that's exactly what happened there.
Not a very tall man, but he's very strong stature. Ando, three's no good. Edwards with the rebound and the putback off the glass. And this guy's been very impressive too, coming in the second half. It's Kadar Edwards.
He has. He's played a lot of high-level basketball, and he comes into the league ready to go.
So we'll have a timeout on the floor as we attempt to try to find the basketball. And it looks like it's under your chair, Coach. Joe Wells has the basketball.
It's like hockey. I get to keep it.
So a timeout on the floor. Hurricanes trailing 111-88. Very tough start for game number 1 for the Hurricanes in the home opener and the season opener. After tonight, the Canes will go on the road and they'll get their chance at these Moncton Magic Saturday night at the Avenir Center.
Well, you know, they'll take a look at the game tape, and I'm sure there's adjustments to be made. We'll see if those adjustments change the picture a little bit in Moncton. And again, Moncton have several games under their belt at this point in time, and this is the first experience for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, we talked about that throughout the broadcast, that this is some live bullets for the first time for the Hurricanes against opposition other than themselves.
Yeah, and it's always, I mean, you can try and duplicate game situations in practice, but there's nothing that compares to the real thing.
Yeah, very hard to do. So 2:07 remaining here in the fourth. And thank you, Coach, for that analysis. Joe Wells will be with us throughout the season. It's a three-man crew for Halifax Hurricanes TV on their YouTube channel. As Matt Elliott joins me back here in the booth. And Matt, the coach mentioned it was tough sledding here, and some adjustments need to be made for this Hurricane team. But there's lots of time for them to do it, as McCullough tried to finish with two hands at the rim. He draws the foul, and he'll shoot two. And just to finish up on that thought, this young Hurricane team will come together eventually.
Yep.
Coach Mike Leslie is a coach that knows how to put new teams together, as he took over this franchise after winning their first championship. He took over a relatively new franchise, brought in his guys, and right now these are his guys. You know, with having three guys coming back, you got 9 new players that have to mesh and be part of this winning culture.
Yep, and if you know anything about the National Basketball League of Canada, this early in the season, rosters are often quite fluid. Players come and go. There is a ton of talented basketball players out there right now looking for jobs. So the roster that we're looking at right now, in a couple weeks' time, it could be very, very different.
Thomas in the upper floor, look out, and he throws it down. And Gentry's had an outstanding basketball game in the reserve role for the Magic, continuing to impress. 3 ball goes down by Ando. Marshall's upset as he couldn't close out on Ando. Ando's been very good from beyond the arc for the Hurricanes.
He has, yeah. He's, like I said earlier, I mean, he's taking a lot of kind of distant shots, trying to cement himself as that guy for the Hurricanes. What is he at now? He's 2 of 7.
And turn the hammer and one, and that was the exclamation point right there by Gentry Thomas.
Goodness.
Welcome to the National Basketball League, Mr. Thomas, and welcome to the league.
Put that
David
on the highlight
Ando.
reel. 1:17 in the fourth quarter.
Even though Thomas was able to get that one to go down, you can't fault, or you got to give it up for David Ando not giving him that easy opportunity. And that's going to happen in basketball.
Yep.
Thomas may be on another night. He's the one on the other end of that, slam.
I'd much prefer to see a guy go up and take a chance and get post drives than a guy just duck out of the way and give him in an easy flush.
McCullough with the pull-up. He gets that one to go down. Under a minute remaining here. Magic will pull this one off, and can he really say pull it off? I mean, they dominated since the midway mark of the second quarter in this one. Here's Tate in transition. Tate, he gets to the rim, he banks it in. So it's a 30-point deficit for the Hurricanes. Edwards, pump fake, step back, 3. And he knocks it in.
Like a solid player is Edwards.
Radar Edwards has been impressive in the second half for the Canes. Something to build on here.
Yep,
as Isaiah Tate will just hold on to this one and dribble this one out. So the first one in the books. The Magic will take down the Halifax Hurricanes 121-94.
Yep, and it was ugly. And you know what? You could talk a lot about Halifax needing a little bit more time to gel. Perhaps they needed to, get a few games under their belt. Maybe they ran out of gas. But the reality is, the Magic were the better team tonight. They played fantastic basketball.
And they sure did. So the final score once again, 121-94. For the Silver Vision crew, and of course Matt Elliott and Joe Wells, I'm Vince Williams saying thanks for joining us here at the National Basketball League of Canada on the Halifax Hurricanes TV, and so long and good night from Halifax.